Greetings. This is the first of a series of little lecturettes for a course in music theory. At this point, if you're coming to this video, my assumption is that you have downloaded Reaper and that you have installed it, and you've also installed Spitfire Labs to have done. Reaper and Spitfire Labs, and you've also added the vintage drums instrument as per prior instructions. So now I want to just show you how you'll get started using this. I've opened up Reaper. It just opens up like this. It's a blank project. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new track in the left here just by double clicking. Now, if you've used other DAWs, you'll know that sometimes you have to, in other DAWs, you have to decide whether it's a MIDI or an audio or an aux track. In Reaper, you don't. All tracks are the same. And I have this blank track with nothing on it. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to click this FX button. That's a button you're going to click a lot. That's where we're going to load any plugins, anything we're going to add to the track, and we need to add an instrument. So I'm going to click FX. Up here, I'm going to make sure that I have all plugins selected so it's not limiting my search. And in the filter, I'm going to type Labs. And I'm going to max, so you're going to see that I've got an AU instance of Spitfire Audio Labs. I also have a VST3 version on PC. You probably won't have the AU, but you will have VST. It doesn't matter. I'll do this one for now. I'm going to add it. It's going to think for a moment. And I have a lot of Spitfire Labs instruments. You may only have one, but for me, I'm going to need to search for the one I want. So I'm going to limit it to drums, and I'm looking for the vintage drums, and I'm going to load the 1975 kit. And when I do that, these are the notes of that instrument played here on the Reaper keyboard, and I can kind of audition the sounds to see what I have. So I can, we hear, I got toms, I got some hi-hats, some stuff repeats. Anyway, that's it. So now that I've done that, that instrument is loaded onto this track. I can name this, double click in there and call it drums. And now the only thing left for me to do if I want to make a drum beat is I'm going to create a MIDI item. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to make a 1-bar MIDI item. Over here, I'm going to push on my keyboard Command. And you notice it becomes a pencil. And then click with my mouse and drag for 1 bar. And now I've got a 1-bar MIDI item. And if I double click this, it's going to open up the MIDI, the piano roll editor. And here, I can kind of audition those same sounds. And I can, in step time, enter a beat. You see my grid. I don't think actually you can see my grid. Hold on, let's drag this up. My grid is 8th notes. I'll make straight 8th notes. And I'm just going to double click and enter a kick. It's a very boring beat for right now. And a snare. And a kick. And a snare. And there's my beat. So that's a start. We're obviously going to get a lot more detailed than that. But if you can do this much, you have accomplished lesson 1.